15th. Hey, payday.
Says so on the machine.
Yeah, I was looking at my machine, my micro machines. And, oh, yeah. May 15th, paydays.
Yeah.
What up?
Hey.
Hey, here you go, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Little acre brews.
Today's episode brought to you unofficially by Texas Blonde by Wild Acre Brewing.
Yeah,
God bless Texas beers.
They are pretty fantastic.
I have no complaints about them.
Unless it's a cider. You can keep that shit at home. Fuck that. I don't like that.
Well, after a definitive spring of chilly weather, we finally have ourselves, looks like we're getting into summer a little early.
It's nice and 99 outside, and the wind doesn't help because it's like living in a blow dryer. All right.
My car said 100. That's like, wow. Just in time.
Yeah, just in time. It's like, oh, man, I'm glad the summer here. Now I could be on fire all day. Yeah.
Yeah, that Texas warm hug. I missed you.
Yeah, dude. I remember I went to Maine.
And it was like cold, though.
Yeah, and it was like 70 degrees, like the entire time, 75, maybe 80 once. As soon as I got back into Texas, I flew in. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and it was just like a nice, warm bear hug. I'm like, oh, I missed you too. Thank you.
I'm home.
That's like, cool. It's nice to be sweating at 10 o'clock at night just by walking outside. I love you. Hey, I'll take that over being negative 20 any day of the week.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Since my apartment flooded last Saturday, I was just like, I'm glad this didn't happen when it was freezing. Like,
yeah,
this could have been 10 times worse.
Yeah, the only bad part, like, that I would choose cold over hot is whenever it gets to a point where if you leave something in the car and it's not, like food or something, your whole car smells like that shit for
it bakes
days.
It bakes in.
Or like, something kind of stinky in there, like thing of socks. You wake up, like go in the car the next day, and it's just like, oh, okay, just reeks. Everything's just terrible all the way around. Yeah. And the cold, you don't worry about that. But yeah, definitely in the summertime. That's the only complaint I have. It's like, oh, well, it's hot. Well, whatever, sweat. You'll be fine. Just drink plenty of water. Don't get dehydrated. You'll be fine.
And a little bit of cardio and getting in shape helps you kind of resist the fucking heat stroke and stuff.
Yeah.
Now that we're kind of trying to be semi-pro, like, share, and subscribe. Send your comments on YouTube or whatever. Maybe we'll read them.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you got any ideas on helping us improve this stuff and what we should do, feel free to leave that feedback.
And we'll see what we do with anything. Yeah.
Go to hell.
Or just come down here and just stay outside for a few hours.
You can find us on YouTube, or we will also link to Buzzsprout. I mean,
yeah,
YouTube is probably the easiest way to find us now. And pretty soon, once we get video up and running again, we'll be on Rumble. And then...
Oh, let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. All right.
Rumble bought Locals, so it's like Locals is still it was the alternative, like social platform, like Twitter, something that Dave Rubin started.
What was that about?
I have no idea.
Just like random strangers pulled up and
he stopped and looked around his car. I noticed they busted up your street again. It's like, what the hell's going on?
All right, so what they did is it was all gravel, right?
Yeah.
And then they did one layer of paving, and then they're going to come back and do another layer on top. Mm. That's what I gathered because it was all slushy with the cement and all that other stuff, and then they paved it all over, gave it a good once over, and I think they're going to come back and finish the job, which is more fun because I got 2 nails in my tires on 2 different tires.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Each on the right side. There's a screw, not a nail, but there's a screw in the front right tire. And then there's a piece of rebar in the back right tire. It's like, come on, guys.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. So both. So this is fun for everyone. You're going to high five my fucking truck with nails. Awesome. Not only do I have to worry about all that bullshit, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's not fun, but, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Did the Mavs make the playoffs?
Yes, they did. They're in the playoffs right now, and they're actually in Game 7 tonight.
I noticed somebody was chattering about it on Facebook the one time.
The
only time I go is to upload. So.
Right now, they're in. If they win tonight, they go to the Western Conference Finals, which whoever wins that one goes to the NBA Finals. So basically, next round is the semis, yeah. So it's going to be tonight, 7 o'clock. Phoenix Suns, Mavs.
Wow.
It's gonna be good. Celtics
Phoenix
just
Suns,
won
I
today.
would always pick the Phoenix Suns whenever I play NBA Jam.
Oh, back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Back when they had Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson
you
and
could do
Dan Marley.
Big head mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, 95.
Dude, I remember that.
Times
Was that
were glorious.
NBA Jam? That was like, oh, he's on fire, and the like the basketball would
It
be
was
literally
really-
on fire.
And you could dunk from like
Half court and shit.
that's just half court. We're like, but yes, that was a fun, very fun game.
Dude, I miss basketball in the 90s, but
Before politics.
just the right now.
Well, before everything got
Fine,
too
I
involved.
like basketball in the 50s. How about that? Is that better?
Well, no, in the 90s it was all right. I mean, that was Jordan's heyday.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
watching a masterpiece every night, and not only that, watching them get after it, and the super team wasn't really a thing back then.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing that you could come to it is whenever they brought.
Patrick Ewing played for the Knicks.
Yeah, but he was drafted. That's not a super team. Like even like the Golden State Warriors in 2015.
I'm just spouting off stuff I remember as I remember it.
So like 2015 or 16, the first time the Golden State Warriors won, I think it was 15, because the last time they had won was like 85. And I think the same thing goes with the Kansas City Royals. They won in 85, and 30 years later. Golden State Warriors, I think, won in like 85, something. It was like 30 years. And then all the people they won with, it was perfect drafting. Because pretty much every player on that team, I think for one free agent, and he was just more of a role player. He wasn't a superstar like they did with Miami, where, and I'm not going to pile on Miami because they've been doing this shit for years, and it's annoying as hell. But they drafted really well because they had all these great role players. I mean, that's Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. I think Andre Iguodala was drafted there, and there's Draymond Green, who I don't like. But, he's a really good defender, and he's just annoying as shit. But, it was a perfect team, and they went and won the whole thing. And that was pure drafting. Nothing else. Now, whether or not the NBA is rigged and all that other bullshit, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell at this point.
Yeah.
But, like the way the Mavs play, right? Okay, well, I'm going to get off that. But, they've been doing these super team shits for at least since the 90s. Because think about like Kobe. They had Kobe and Derek Fisher, and then they brought in Shaq, and they won 3 in a row, and they had like a hell of a fucking run, right? And then after that, the next pylon team would have been probably the 2008 Celtics. Kevin Garnett, all-star, great player, kicked ass when he was at Minnesota with the Timberwolves, and then they bring him in. And they bring Ray Allen in from, I think, the Supersonics. And then they have their big 3. And then after that, then Miami Heat. Then they have their fucking big 3, because LeBron comes over. I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and all that shit. And he comes over. Chris Bosh, who is an all-star in Toronto, comes down and to join Dwayne Wade. And they go in, win 2. Like, they lost the first one to the Mavs, which is awesome. I hate the fucking Mavs. But, whatever. I'm going for them now. Just because I like Luka and my Spurs are out of it. I don't hate them that much. Like, I don't have... So, like, Houston, like, the Rockets are my Washington Redskins. I can't fucking stand that team. Even though they're the Commanders.
I was gonna ask, what does that mean?
And you're dead naming them, I guess. Because, they changed their name.
Hey, man, to me, looking at everything, it looks like we're on the back end of cancel culture.
Oh, yeah.
Comedians are like, I think what broke it.
Honestly, what they should do is change their name back. Fuck that.
What broke things?
They're the Redskins for fucking 100 years.
What broke things was this Will Smith slap. Like, that was kind of the last.
It was such a fucking bitch
like,
slap ever.
It was, but it has cultural repercussions, and the cultural repercussions of that is comics are like, oh hell no.
Oh, and the fucking Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit. I'm saying that not the culture shift, not cancel shift.
Culture is shifting, and it's like those little signifiers.
Yeah, it's like, hey, by the way, chicks, you can't get away with fucking everything.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
And look, we got a prime example.
Too much is exposed now. Too much is exposed. You can't not be caught. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody's walking around a camera. It's Instagram. It's like old girl from BLM, Candace Owens, went to her house.
Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Dennis has got a beef with federal policy. Well,
no, dude,
rightly so.
I actually heard something like that. I was listening to this podcast, the Whiskey Ginger. Like, I love Andrew Santino. I think he's funny. He's like, his comedy is good, but I think his podcast is better just because he's just such a fluid speaker with anybody he talks to. It just seems like I saw him. I bet if I ever got to talk to this man, I was going to ask him about this one girl, and I'll have to look up her name.
Is he a comic? Who is he?
Yes, he's a comic.
Okay.
Yeah, they call it Cheeto Santino. But no, he's good. He used to open for Rogan back in the day. And
okay, so he's in that.
Yeah, he's in that group.
He's in that wheelhouse.
Yeah. So anyway, I listen to some of his podcasts. I like him. I like listening to him talk because he fucks around a lot, and it's kind of in my wheelhouse because I like people fucking around.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
He had a podcast with this one chick. I don't remember her name. I'm gonna have to look it up. But if by some miracle I get out to be able to talk to this man, I'm gonna ask him, how hard did you have to work to try to keep this conversation like a legitimate live conversation? Because every time he would say something, she's like, and you knew that she had no fucking clue what he was talking about. He just keep rolling. He kept going and going, and he just kept it up. Like,
what's
how?
A working mind.
I mean, and it's
a working mind.
That right there. I liked a couple of his other ones, and I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good. I've seen some of his comedy stuff. It's like, yeah, it's not bad. I enjoy it, but it's not like my favorite. But watching him masterfully guide that conversation into like a little over an hour and a half. Maybe it was a little less, and just keep it going like it was like a full blown good podcast. I'm like, dude, she is she is giving you nothing.
And do you know if he's much of a partier? Because if he doesn't do anything, that might suggest why he's so damn sharp.
No, he drinks. It's a whiskey ginger thing. Like he.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like, but he's not a big partier per se anymore. Like, he can drink, but he doesn't really. Yeah. As far as I know, I don't fucking know the man, but all I know is from everything I've heard, like, he's not one of those guys that goes out. I think he's one of those like, hey, I go do my shit and I go home. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I can hang out with friends, but
that's
again,
me now.
I'm guessing. I don't fucking know.
That's me now. Like, I don't go as hard anymore.
Oh, dude.
I prefer to get stuff done, and when I go too hard, even if I just drink a little bit too much beer, the recovery the next day is rough.
Do you think that's a sign of aging?
Yeah.
Because I remember back, not the recovery part. It's got nothing to do with that. Because hangovers suck.
You're just more sensitive.
They take a little longer to get over now, but like before, it's more of, since I've got older, I want to get shit done way more than I wanted to in the past. I've always been a hard worker, like when it comes to work, but now like all the other things is like, hey, I can get an early jump on shit if I get up at 5:30.
I'm happier. I get more happiness and reward out of getting stuff done.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm probably gonna go hard tonight, but that's just me.
It's game time.
But yeah, it's game time. But like during the week, when I don't have my kid, like, because when I have it, I'm in all dad mode. I got no. By the way, fucking MVP, this girl fucking lit shit up this weekend.
I was gonna bring you something. I was gonna bring you a little game that clearing stuff out, getting rid of stuff.
Oh shit! What kind of game?
It's a choose your own adventure.
Get the fuck out of here, dude!
I bought it during the pandemic. I bought it during lockdown.
You remember those like back in the 80s?
Yeah, this is actually based off one of the old school books.
Cool.
It is. It's just turned into a game, and it's you can play it as one person, but it might be fun for you to play with your kid.
Yeah. No, of course.
Father-dad time, where y'all are actually just engaged.
Father-daughter time.
Sorry, my brain's fuzzy. It's been a chaotic. It's been a eventful 2 weeks because right when I get back from Arkansas, which was pretty, it was a nice drive. Great way to break in a vehicle.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think Arkansas is probably some of the best roads in America. I've driven all over the country. I don't know what it is about Arkansas, but when you hit Arkansas, the roads is like fucking like driving on clouds. It's beautiful.
They take care of their shit.
Yeah, man, they're great.
It's a well-managed state. That's where the Walmart corporate office is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have 2 or 3 customers up there, which was why I was there. And yeah, they're all Tysons. Oh no, we got 2 Tysons plants and one place called George's, but they're not a customer. Their Tennessee, Caryville, Tennessee plant is the one that buys stuff from us, and we're trying to get back into that plant.
Speaking of George's, so the George's up in Maine, who has the very best sandwiches ever, got bought out. Right, like when the pandemic was winding down,
and all that Whataburger got bought by that company in Chicago.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that. But anyway,
not that I eat there that very often anymore. But yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, occasionally it's worth it eat.
I'm kind of an In-N-Out fan. I mean,
okay, well, we'll just
going hard with that. It's just
we'll just let that slide because I really don't want to. What's that? You're getting too old?
It's doable.
Oh, doable.
Yeah. It's not the best burger on the planet.
No, the best fast food burger on the planet will always be Whataburger to me. But that's just me because I grew up.
Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. is good, but
I had Carl's Jr. on the way home yesterday.
I had some in New Mexico. I would have it every once in a while. It's good. It's not Whataburger good, but again, it's a preference. Anyway, so in Maine, they shout out to George's. Their fucking subs are the best on the planet. Anyhow, they got bought out by some family, and from what I heard from my dad is that they're gonna change the recipe. And I told him, I say, I swear to God, if I come up there and they changed one single thing, I'm gonna burn their fucking houses down. Not George's, because I love George's, but if they do that, apparently he said. Obviously not because of that. It's not like he called. Hey, my son said he's gonna come fuck you up if you do that. He's gonna drive all the way from Texas just to kick the shit out of you.
You drive 2,000 miles straight to Maine.
Yeah, but what he said is that nope, they're not changing one fucking thing. They're keeping it as like good, dude. Like because their sandwiches are cheap.
Yeah,
they're fantastic.
Made with fresh stuff.
Yep. And I can't say on air what their secret is. I'll tell you after.
You get sued.
No, I fuck getting sued. I don't want people trying to duplicate that shit. They have a winning formula. And you know what? You keep it there.
They had Great Outdoors.
Great Outdoors is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cheesesteak is on point.
Yeah. But George's is Italian subs. That's their thing. No, their cheesesteak is damn good.
There's a place in Arlington back.
Dino's?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Is it still around?
Yes.
Awesome.
I fucking love Dino's.
Yeah.
You know how I found about that?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
You took me there for the first time, 10 years ago?
Almost. It's probably longer, but yeah.
Yeah. At least 10 years ago? Yeah.
2006
And if I'm in Arlington and I want a sandwich, I'm going to fucking Dino's. You want to talk about some of the best, freshest subs that you'll ever get?
It's almost 15 years ago. I'm doing the math in my head.
Yeah.
Because it's 2007. We passed. It's
yeah.
It's now 2022. That's 15 years.
Damn. Well, hey, happy anniversary, buddy. Here's the 15 years of friendship.
Right? With a break.
Yep.
About 5-year break.
Yep.
Or I don't know.
But either way. But
I was in Austin for 9 years and got real busy.
Yeah, shit happens.
And you were in the oil field.
Yep. I still kept in contact. You were, by the way, was the worst trying to get you on the phone.
Yeah. I always had to fucking grind and pay the bills.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, hey, we
Time
all get
was not a luxury.
We all get busy. What I'm saying is that is one thing that like I want to be a proponent for is it's like, hey man, if shit works, stop fucking changing shit.
Yeah, no.
It works great.
If you crack the
leave
code,
it alone.
If you crack a code, don't change it.
It's like stop reinventing shit.
That's
like leave it alone. Like people come up as like, hey, we have a new the other way was great.
No.
And they learned a valuable lesson because they came in, they were going to, and I'm sure that they got shit. And like, wait a second, this place has been here for God knows it's my whole life. So it's been almost fucking 40 years because I'm 37. We're 37. And it's been there forever. And I still to this day look forward to going. And like every time I go, I got to go to 2 places. George's Italian Subs or Alex Pizza. Those are the two places I have to hit when I go there. I don't give a shit if I'm going there for hours. I'm going to get both of them. Like, Poole Street Market. Do you like lobster?
Yes.
They have the best lobster rolls on the planet. I fucking hate lobster. I don't like it at all, and I will eat.
Maine lobster.
No, fuck them. I don't even want that. But their lobster rolls at Poole Street Market, it looks like a trash pit inside the place. Yeah. I will go there and personally get I'll have 2, please. And I hate lobster.
You hate fish.
I hate all of it.
You hate it.
I even tried it. I tried it on Friday. I'm like, yep, still hate it. I remember back in the day when I was with you, when you were still living in Arlington, y'all would make some fishy shit. I was like, I'm going to try it. Nope, still fucking hate it. I was like, I keep trying it every year. I said, I'm going to try something at least every year. I had calamari, but the fucking little tentacles were hanging out, fucking waving at me and shit. I was like, fuck it. I gave it a shot. Nope, still sucks. Had a lobster claw, took a bite. Nope, still hate it. All right, well. Fucking keep it moving, I guess.
No crawfish for you.
That is different.
Really?
I actually know how to make a crawfish pot pie.
Okay, so you won't eat like a crawfish. You won't eat a pound and a half crawfish at a boil or something.
I will give it a shot. If you take me, I will try it. I've never done it.
I did find a pretty good spot. I mean, it's crazy because they're Vietnamese, but they do Cajun food real well. They're either Vietnamese or they're Asian.
Yeah.
But they did a hell of a job. And they have all the Asian stuff, like fried rice and shit. Mm-hmm. But you can also get you get a pound and a half crawfish, or you get a shrimp po' boy, and they did it right. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is the best thing in this town right now.
You know what I do? Hey, you know what we will go?
Shreveport. Shout out, baby.
One time I actually had a conversation with this Nigerian dude.
Christina P. mentioned Shreveport, Louisiana. I was like, whoa, my hometown's getting on the map. Right?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. So I was talking to this Nigerian dude in my Uber because I had to take an Uber to go get my truck.
Was he a prince?
You know, it was funny.
Was he a prince trying to arrange a limo with your transportation service? I've gotten so many of those emails.
It's so funny that you mentioned that because we started talking, and he asked me a question and just about random shit, and I was like, and he's like, well, and obviously you can tell I'm not from here because I think we got talking about the housing crisis and people moving here. He's like, every day I'm picking people up from the airport and moving here. They're like, yeah, I'm here from wherever. Pick a fucking state. And he's like, yeah, they're coming here. They're moving here and all this other shit. And I started going on my tirade about that because I was pretty pissed off. This is actually before I listened to what you sent me about the housing shit. And I'm like, okay, well, I was maybe a little off base, but I don't give a shit. I have my opinion. Anyway, so...
and there's only so much housing normal people can buy.
Yeah.
It's the natural market.
And we'll circle back.
Yeah, we will circle back like Jen Psaki has yet to fucking do.
Circle back. We're going to circle back.
We will actually circle back.
Yeah.
She had to circle back any time since she's done the shit.
Circling
she's
back.
Gone now. She's gone now. She got replaced.
She's going to circle back. So
circle back to NBC.
Yeah. Circling back. Anyway, so we started talking about shit, and he's like, well, I'm from Nigeria and whatever. And I had a point to this.
Housing.
No, it was before that.
Sorry.
Oh, Prince.
Yeah.
So we were talking about shit, and he's like, yeah, I'm from Nigeria and whatever. And I was like, I used to work in the oil field, and I actually started with 2 Nigerians. This guy, CCAC, another guy named Prince. CCAC was a hard-ass motherfucking worker. The guy could get shit done, little ball of fury. This fucker right here could work his ass off. Prince, on the other hand, which funny part is, that wasn't even his name.
He just went by.
He said, my mom called me Prince. And so I was like, well, are you a prince of something? He's like, no, I just want people to call me that. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck off.
He was the biggest coward I ever saw. Oil field's a rough place. It always will be. Even though it's getting kind of, tamer these days. When I started, it was a lot rougher. 20 years ago.
All those dudes out there just kind of being secluded from their families, getting pissed. Is that why it's so rough?
Yeah.
Just trying to get that aggression.
People are going to get fucking, they're going to get, first of all, You're working at least 12-hour days.
Yeah. Okay.
You're nowhere near your friends and family.
Yeah.
You're working a hard-ass job. Most of the time,
you make a bank, but not a lot of
especially
joy.
in the heat. I mean, especially in the South, you're working in 100 fucking degrees weather. There is no fucking shade. There are no trees. There's nothing to help you out. Hopefully, a cloud fucking runs by and it's a cool breeze. Maybe. Yeah. You're gonna get annoyed. You're living with these guys.
So you're okay. So you're making bank, but
but
it's not a fun job.
Most of the time, people this is their only option. They got families.
It's good living. It's like a truck driver.
Well, yeah, but they don't really have a lot of other skills. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they don't. For the most part, at least 80% of them, this is their only option to make a decent amount of living. And you're not getting paid to do the work. The work's not that bad. The work's hard. It really is. But anybody can get conditioned to do it. The mind, that's where you make your money because you're gone all the time. Can you handle it? Can you handle being gone fucking weeks at a time without seeing your friends, without seeing your family, the people you care about the most?
And then the repercussions.
You're getting paid to be gone. You're not getting paid to do the work. You're getting paid to be gone.
You're getting paid for your time.
Yeah, because it's hard work, but for the most part, it's repetitive.
You're getting paid for the trade.
Yes, you're trading your time.
You're trading your life for equity, not for money.
Yep, and it's to provide for your family so they have a good life, and you barely get to benefit from it. Yeah. The only bad part is you have a number of guys who, to cope with not being with their friends and family and do that, they're boozing, they're doing other things,
whatever they can.
They're doing other people. Not only that, you got to think about the other side. Wife's at home alone.
Yep.
You know, she's getting.
That's what I meant by all the repercussions of all the of stuff.
Yeah, they're at home alone. They miss you. They're tired of not seeing you. They need some companionship. And if you have a real strong marriage, which a lot of them don't,
well, yeah, no,
shit goes crazy. How many divorces? It's like the military. How many divorces do you think it's a high number, that in the oil field, or a low number?
It's high.
It's a fucking high number.
It's just like military.
Just like the military.
Yeah. Being
deployed, doing all that shit. It's
all
exact
the shit
same.
You bring home.
Yep. And not only that,
or the trouble you get into.
Shit goes bad. And I don't think I've met more than maybe a dozen people that weren't at least on their fucking second marriage because of it. Yeah. I mean, I lost my marriage for it.
Yeah, that's the tragedy of those things.
Yeah, it happens. But
this is the real shit. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it happens. It's
a bit of a somber turn on this episode, but I mean, I'm sure people would like to hear that.
Well, the thing is that
I'm glad we're talking about it.
Well, and then the guy asked me about relationships. Yep, I got you.
Go, thanks.
And he's like, how do you have a successful relationship? And I said, first of all, you might be talking to the wrong guy. Second off,
I didn't mean to laugh, but
no, I get it.
I know you, so it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, maybe a bad audience.
You're not a bad guy. It's just,
yeah, shit happens.
I know stuff.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I was like, I don't know a lot, but this is what I do know. Find somebody who can work hard with you.
Right.
Not that you can work hard for, with. That you can do shit together, projects together. You laugh together. You do all kinds of shit together.
You bond.
Fuck everybody else.
You bond and you work together.
You keep your very small close friends. You have your family, and you focus on that. You focus on doing the fun shit together. And another thing, you're going to have kids one day. And because this guy's 24, 25.
I guess there's no crazy situation where you could move the family out there at any point. It's just kind of secluded.
No, you can't.
It's secluded from everything. Too much of a distraction.
Not only that, you have to realize is that I didn't work in one place.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
I'm all over the fucking place.
You're working for the company.
Yeah. Because, they have rigs in Midland, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, fucking North Dakota.
You bounce around.
Yeah. My cousin went to North Dakota. So, anyway.
So with that industry, you're better off working at, trying to get a stationary job in one place.
Coordinator.
Yeah. Or a splitter plant, Houston, Texas.
Yeah, that'll work. But, but if you're a field guy, so there are certain people in this life. There's people who can be inside.
Who was it? It was a recent podcast I heard, but it says America's made up of cowboys and nerds. Was that a Rogan thing?
That was a Rogan thing.
It was a Rogan thing, and that dude's right.
He's right.
He's absolutely right.
What are you?
I'm kind of half. I'm Mr. in the middle.
I'm a cow.
I think I'm kind of my own lone thing because I like to.
You're a one-man wolf pack.
I'm a delta. No, it's like no, I'm not necessarily a trailblazer, but I do have an objective, and I go for it.
Yeah,
whether or not
you don't think nerds have that?
They do, yeah. But at the same time, I'm willing to take risks, and like I've done some things where it's like,
well, in that regard, I'm a cowboy.
You're straight cowboy. Well, you're a football nerd. But
I am a football nerd.
You're a straight cow, but you're 98% cowboy.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
I think.
Because I take wild.
I'm not a total nerd. I'm not like super nerdy. I'm maybe nerdy about the stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's
a it's a good thing.
But it's out of necessity
because
we had to make it happen.
That's what makes it happen.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't remember how he put it, but it was something like the nerds like come up with the ideas and the cowboys get shit done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a get shit done guy. No, I know that you're in the middle, and I know you're kind of a hybrid, but I
really am.
It's one thing my dad told me is like civilians don't understand. That's why, because I have problems sometimes dealing with people who are lazy. I fucking hate lazy people.
Yeah.
There's some people like, oh, I don't like lazy people. The fuck you don't. I bet you're just as lazy as they are. I get after it, and I will work till this motherfucking shit's done. And if it doesn't get done, it bothers me until that objective's completed. Because my dad, he told me there's something, we're both military guys, and he says, we have something civilians don't understand. We get an objective, and we complete it. That's all that matters. The task is what matters.
I agree
complete
with you.
the fucking task. But the people that fuck around, and they do all this other shit, whatever, is like, you know what? I like to get shit done as fast as possible because I want to sit on my ass too. Yeah. But you don't earn sitting on your ass unless you get shit done.
I agree with you, but I ran into issues and I learned some hard lessons where I got left to figure out how to get shit done, and there was a point where I couldn't figure because things were kind of messed up because I didn't have enough experience with the stuff. Number one, I didn't take the fucking measurements. I didn't build the shit that was already in the house.
Oh, this when you're cabinet building?
I was in a house at 4 a.m. in the morning, not a soul in sight, no power in the house. I'm listening to Stephen King's It, which is a bad fucking
That's
idea.
a bad move.
Yeah, and I'm just trying.
I did that cleaning the house for a day and a half, and
I don't know. I didn't know if I was going to get paid because I couldn't see an end to finish this, and I was the only one on the spot to finish it because it kind of got left high and dry.
Yeah, but that's different. Yeah. I'm talking about if you knew how to do every single little bit of what you were given.
It would have got done.
That's different.
It would have got done.
Them leaving you without the information.
I have the tools now to actually, to prevent the problems that happened to me.
Yeah.
I could prevent them now.
Yeah.
Because for one, you measure the space right.
Yeah.
You measure it 4 or 5 fucking 10 times.
It's that same adage.
No wall is straight, no floor is level.
Hey. What's that old adage that said? Fucking measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, and then curse.
Yeah.
Cut again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I learned how to do trim.
Right.
But it was more like 5 different curses. Like motherfucker.
I still haven't figured out weird angles where you gotta like where it's a fucking fucked up angle with a face frame. Yeah, of course I didn't have a fresh mind at the time if I re-tackled it again, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's
lots of lessons learned.
The whole point is that there's people who can study theory and fucking look around and sit in an office. And what I'm saying that there's different kinds of people. The kind of person that can sit in an office and get their work done and do all that shit, that is all well and good because we need those people too. I was not born to be that person. Right. I'm just not. I am born to break my back for the rest of my life. And if there is a fucking, because I'm not the smartest guy out there, but I'm not an idiot. Yeah. I know the books. I graduated college without making anything under a B, without fucking trying. I didn't open a book. I remember I did that 30-page paper on your couch, fucking hungover in a day.
Oh my god!
And I still got 30 pages.
Jesus.
I got it done in like a day and a half while we were dicking off, still hungover and playing video games in between, and I still got that shit done. I think I got like a 90 something on it. Wow. It's like, but the thing is that I can't. I have to work with.
Enjoy those days a little more, in hindsight, because because the following decade was a little tough.
Yeah, but see that at the same point is like you can't reflect on it.
You can't go back.
Yeah, I mean you can look back with nostalgia for a little bit, but you turn your head right the fuck back around because you're gonna miss exactly what's in front of you.
Still looking forward.
Yeah,
still pushing forward.
And it's one thing being a dad that's very relevant because if I'm thinking about
that forces you to do that.
Yeah, but I mean it does, but at the same time, like, yeah, I had my quote unquote fucking glory days where I did all kinds of crazy shit and and I was free and doing whatever, but at the same time, I turn around, my kid's right in front of me. What am I going to be thinking about all the stupid shit that I did when I was in my 20s, or thinking about, hey, how are we going to get this unicorn these 12 different colors that she wants? Let's figure that out.
There you go.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, she wants to get a birdhouse. We're going to fucking make a fucking birdhouse, and it's hanging up in that tree right now. It's got our names all on it, and it's going to be there even after I move. It's going to stay there, and somebody's going to look up there, and they're going to see our initials up there and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or take it down. Whatever. I don't give a shit. The thing is that we do shit together.
Yeah, that's how you bond.
Yeah. And the people that are fucking around.
And that's how she learns how to do stuff.
And that's how she learns, because I refuse for her to be one of those women who are just failures because their parent, not because of them, it's because of their parenting.
Right.
Because they didn't teach them shit. Yeah. So you see all them fucking, all they know.
It's like my buddy Blake with his daughter Jalen. He's got a good approach. Of course, he's kind of a natural leader type.
Yeah.
You know him. He now works. He's a headhunter in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
He puts oil field guys where they need to be. But he's like, my approach with discipline is like, I don't spank her, but I was like, okay, let's look at what you did wrong, talk about that shit, and then figure out how to fix it.
I'm not opposed to spanking, but I'm not a monster.
Me either.
I'm not gonna fuck her up. You know what I mean?
But spanking does stuff. Like, it's effective.
Yeah.
But done correctly.
But not only that,
it keeps you from getting really hurt in the future.
Yeah, and another thing, fucking, you say something and you stick to it. If there needs to be, kids need to know that there are consequences for their actions.
That's
because my kid got into some shit.
That's why we're here. Like, that's why we got here as a culture. It's like there've been too many kids raised like that, and it became a culture of that.
Yeah, and I refuse to have my kid be a failure.
The
See, because this is what
mind.
people don't understand, is that when it comes to your children, it's not about you. Forget about yourself. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Find
the future.
Find yourself.
It's the future.
In your quiet times. Like fucking come back to yourself.
It's really not about you at all anymore. It's just like
no, like whenever, because you can't forget about yourself completely.
No,
but I'm talking about do that shit whenever.
You still have to take care of yourself.
Well, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To be there for the kids. Like, you got to be right to make that happen.
Yeah. So my thing is I have to run.
Yeah.
That clears my mind. Takes out all my demons for a little bit. Sometimes
cleans out the gray matter.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
It literally cleans out the gray matter. Bicycling does the same.
You know how infuriating that shit is when I go for like a fucking 4 or 5 mile run and I work my ass off and I'm dead tired and those demons are still there. I get so fucking mad. It's like, I did all that for nothing. For nothing.
Well, I mean, that's why.
But it's rare.
That's why I started praying, because it's just like,
yeah,
you bust your ass and then it's like, well.
There is some comfort that comes with that. I'm not gonna lie, because me and my kid, every night it's like we don't do a full prayer. We don't. But what we do is we give thanks for another good day, whether it was good or bad. Everybody's gonna have shit days. Give thanks for a good day. Fucking how you doing? Keep it moving. Fucking wake up and fucking try it again. Because every day is not gonna be awesome.
No, it's not. No.
But you can find some good things from it, and that's what matters. But the thing is, what I have a problem with parenting is the fact that, like, when people are too worried about Well, I got to worry about myself. Fuck you. Do you understand that you're sending people out and they're not well equipped? And then now we're looking at all these TikTok dipshits.
Yeah.
Fucking showing their ass.
The number one thing that kids want.
If I see my kid fucking
the number one kids
showing her ass, I'm fucking her up, and whoever thought that was a good idea.
The number one thing that kids want to be nowadays is influencers. It's like,
how about this? How about you go get a fucking job, something that you can actually kick your ass
like
at?
On Rick and Morty, it's like the non-productives.
Yeah. Who are you influencing?
Oh,
hey, what was that fucking State Farm commercial? That guy that always gets hurt and shit. He goes, "This is going to be seen by tens of viewers."
I like the Liberty Mutual ones, man. Whoever's working in that marketing advertising department they're good comedy writers.
Yeah,
like the actor.
Oh,
it's just like
hibbity
what
bitties.
What are the residuals on this? You know, I do my own stunts. I can zip line from the statue.
Yeah. Libbity bibbity.
Are we married to mutual? It's like,
yeah, fucking morons like that.
That's actors. Like that's some actors.
Yeah. But you know,
it's so true. Like that's true. It's like this could be great for you guys.
It's like just
I love that
doesn't have a fucking clue.
It's great.
But that's what I'm saying about parenting. Like you're sending your kids out in the world, and they're gonna
reminds me of a story.
Fucking morons.
That reminds me of something I saw. Jeremy from the quartering. It was this Twitch girl. She literally almost burned down her whole apartment building because
what's Twitch?
Twitch streaming. It's a streaming platform. It's mostly video gamers getting.
I have heard of that. Okay. Yeah.
It's mostly people playing video.
I've only heard it of
core
like,
is
hey,
Twitch.
I've heard it called like, oh hey, I'm on Twitch. I'm like, cool. What the fuck's that mean?
The core is video game streaming. Like people watch you while you play and donate money to you.
That's stupid.
Or you're a chick and you show your ass. Well, this girl was cooking in her apartment and she poured water on a grease fire
because she's a retard.
And she almost burned her fucking place down because she was trying to cook a meal.
You smothered grease fire.
Yeah, she started panicking. It was kind of funny. You should probably check it out if you want to see something funny. But yeah,
Jesus,
yeah, no. And Jeremy was like, "Oh, and sure enough, she's got an OnlyFans."
Of course she does. No,
I mean, it took strip club out of the strip club. You know,
it's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a fun place.
You know, interactive.
It is. You learn a lot. Hey, you can learn a lot about the world.
You actually do get more going to a real strip club
you really do.
than messing around with a chick on OnlyFans, you know?
Hey, you can figure out where lies are really coming from.
Right, yeah, you can smell them too.
Oh, really? Your kid needs an operation and only my money from fucking your lap dance is going to pay for it?
You're in dental school, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me see those teeth. I don't believe a fucking word.
That was actually a girl.
Look like a fucking jack-o'-lantern.
That was actually a girl in Hooters.
I don't know.
You're going to be at Hooters for a while. But
no, I mean...
here nor there. Not to judge.
I mean...
I'm just calling
you know, at the same point, why can't you judge people?
Well, I mean, you do. That's the thing. It's just...
People say, no, I don't want to judge.
It's just to be aware, have some self-awareness to not judge too harshly.
Yeah, because that's what I hear a lot.
Remember, at the end of the day, we're all humans.
I hear a lot of this shit like, oh, hey, I don't want to be too judgy. I do.
Yeah, but the fact that you have to say that means that you're fucking judging. It's just like somebody that says to you, with all due respect.
It's like, oh.
Because they mean the opposite.
Yeah, because like, I don't fucking respect a goddamn word coming out of your mouth.
It's like, it's just a way to kind of initiate the fact that I might be about to say something real fucked up.
So just be prepared.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna try to burn your house down with your burn your emotions to the ground. So hold on.
There's a little bit more courteous than saying something like, going to speak freely now.
Please be prepared. Yeah. See, that's where video comes in handy. Yeah, I see that a lot. It's like, oh, okay, it's a lucky dog.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood, full of fun-filled people.
Right.
Yeah, I went to go run I went to go play basketball, and shoot around, do that, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the track, I'm gonna go do some running.
I've been hauling around my bicycle for like weeks now. I haven't ridden the fucking thing.
I went and ran, and dude, you know what fucking bothers me? That I just can't help. It's a completely unintentional fucking circumstance. So my intention is when I left the house, I'm going to go play basketball. The track is about a half a mile from there. I'm going to run the track, do 2 miles, and then run back. Maybe walk back depending on how tired I was. I ended up walking back because I did 2.5, and I'm like, dude, this heat is starting to get to me. I didn't really eat that great. Like, I had pancakes this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And then I fucking went and saw a movie and had popcorn. I was like, all right, well, I didn't set myself up to fucking win today.
You were not kind to your innards.
No, I kind of flushed some of it out, though.
That's good.
Anyway, so I went to go run. I played my basketball, shot around, fucking did the shit that I wanted to do. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go run. I'm going to go run 3 miles, and then I'm going to call it a day because I knew we were going to do this and all that. I run over the track, and when I'm running, I don't see anybody over there. I'm like, cool. And I start running. I get like half a lap in, and I look over, and there's a girl like doing her fucking workout over in the corner with like the tires, and like she's stretching, and she's wearing barely anything. And she just kind of gives me a look. I was like, oh, you're going to run over here? I was like, bitch, I didn't even know you were here. Fuck. I was like, God damn. I was like, well, I'm in. Like, I'm going to keep running. So
I'm
whatever.
already committed.
And every time I would take a lap and I just kind of glance, she's glaring at me. It's like, man, hey, you know what? Can you look the other way for like 15 more minutes?
Come on, you're the only other thing to look at out here.
I was like, I didn't even want to look at you.
Why are you not wearing barely anything? You know what you're doing.
Yeah. And not only that, so I did that, and I was like, I got 1.5 miles in. And I was like, all right, so
that's a two-way street.
No, I got 2 miles in. I had half a mile to go. And I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck the track. I'm going to go around the track and go the other way. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm going to go out this exit, take a right, keep going, and then work my way back, and that should get me what I need. So I did that shit, and I start coming around. And right when I'm leaving out of there, she was running on the track. Before, she wasn't running on the track at all. She was just working out. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I come around, and she stopped. And then I'm running, and I just look, and she just happens to be right there looking at me like, oh, really? You're going to keep looking? I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, I'm not even trying.
She looks at you like that. You look at her like, really?
Honestly, I wanted to stop and just like, bitch, you know you did.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know why you're dressed like
it's not even how you're dressed. It's like you're looking at me like, hey, I was coming over here to check you. I was like, I didn't even know you were here. You were in a corner.
For a thing of looks. You know why you wear they.
Honestly, I just wanted to look and just kind of give her a fucking like, fuck you, look, fucking goddamn
mug.
Shit.
Mean mug.
Yeah, just
mean mug lady.
Yeah, and then I got told today, it's like, why does it look like you're glaring at everybody? I was like, what? I was like, I was just wondering where my pancakes were. I was like, you look really pissed off. And I was like, okay, how was this? And I just covered my eyes, and I was like, is this better? Because I swear to God, if I cover my mouth instead of my eyes, it's just gonna look like I'm just trying to murder everything inside of there. So like, I can't help it. It's just
murder face.
It's just my face. It's like,
speaking of metal, murder face.
That's a band.
Well, it's a band member, but Metalocalypse was lightning in a bottle.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Like, that's some like for me.
I wish I remembered.
When it comes to metal, as far as you can push the envelope on composition. Like,
yeah,
that did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because Brendan Smalls was a Berkeley trained musician.
Yeah,
he knows everything. They're essentially, effectively, to a utilitarian.
Yeah, he's a technician.
Well, he could, yeah, but he's also an artistic musician in the sense that.
Well, no, but I'm talking about in that aspect. Like he has talent, but at the same time he's a technician. Like he knows all of this shit.
Yeah, he knows how to write and compose.
Mm-hmm.
He's a composer, and that for me was, I mean, like outside of Kill Switch Engage, like maybe Ice Nine Kills, they get me with the horror gimmick, but
yeah, but what about
I don't have.
What about Mushroom Head?
I mean, they were fun back in the day, but Slipknot hit the scene harder.
Yeah, and did better.
I mean, that's arguably better music. But
honestly,
better metal.
Is that arguably? I don't think
it's not arguably. Sorry, it's definitive.
Yeah, yeah. No, we nailed it. Like, sorry, Mushroom Head, you're not as good. You're just not.
It's clever, and you're still around. God bless you guys for still grinding on it.
Hey, fucking high five to you for sticking it out, but you're not as good as fucking Slipknot.
But if you ever like listen to the hell that they went through to get that first record done, like the producer Ross Robinson,
mm-hmm.
he would like fling shit at Joey. Like he would throw plants and shit at him
The drummer, Joey Jordison?
Yeah, while they were recording that shit.
Talk about one of the best drummers of all time.
Corey tells stories about how he would puke in the mask on stage and have to eat it while singing.
I wonder if sometimes it didn't taste that bad.
And then what's it?
It's like he'd have to prepare. He's like, you know what? This is gonna happen.
Or Chris, one of the DJ fellas, like he busted his head open.
Yeah.
And he was bleeding into his mask, and then like he goes out on stage, and Sean Crahan, the other guy that beats on the beer keg, whatever, or pretty much the key conceptual artist of the whole project.
Yeah.
He literally takes him by the fucking back of the neck and smacks his head into the.
Jesus.
It's brutal, dude. Like they went through some shit. Like
I don't understand.
They were like that's hardcore. I mean, like, and yeah, and rightly so. 2 of them are dead.
Honestly, you know what?
I don't know what last year.
I know that made me really sad. I always said that he was
anymore because he couldn't play.
I was always saying that he was the very best drummer ever.
Yeah,
like he was just fantastic.
The dude was exceptional.
Like him and the guy from 311 were probably my favorites.
Yeah. What was his name? I forgot.
I can't remember.
Peanut was the bassist. There's Nick Hexum, S.A. and Chad
something.
Sexton.
I think that's right.
Hey, still got it.
Yeah. No, but what made me think about like all that
the
shit.
The Beatles are rap rock.
All the shit that they all the shit that they went through. I don't know why, but my head's stupid sometimes. There was something I watched. It was one of those Facebook reels, and there was a girl that was doing squats or deadlifts, and she was doing them so hard, like every time she deadlifts, she was peeing. I'm like, jeez.
Oh lordy.
I was like, maybe you should stop. Like, yeah, or do that at home.
Maybe you should work on your Kegel exercises.
Keep that shit closed.
Strengthen that pelvic floor.
I was watching, and she's like, man, this chick is peeing while she's doing deadlifts. And I'm like, nah, yeah, that's gross.
Hey, man.
I mean, hey.
Flawed bodies, man. Flawed bodies. Stuff goes wrong sometimes. That's what Kegel exercises are for.
Do you think guys can do Kegel exercises?
Can.
What does that help for a guy?
I think it might help. It helps with bladder control and stamina. And stamina and the sack.
Hey, one thing I did want to talk about.
The cardio's better.
So, remember I was telling you about the President's podcast with Shane.
Yeah,
Gillis,
that was legendary.
Dude, it was so good. But the one thing that out of all that stuff, there was a lot of things that I didn't know. The one thing that
sugarcoated a lot of stuff, but credit where credit's due.
Yeah, but one thing that like I didn't know, because I mean, I like World War II. I'm still trying to learn about World War I. Like I keep falling asleep every time I keep watching the documentary on the Great War. Like the Ken Burns thing. It's like okay.
We're doing a Ken Burns thing.
I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch this shit. But every time, dude.
Well, maybe you should read.
You talk about a cure for insomnia. Like he's amazing. He's an amazing fucking documentarian.
To the Civil War stuff.
He's oh my god. It took me a year.
Good, but at the same time, it's like
it's the voice.
It's the violin and the voice
and the tempo of the whole thing. And it's like, and then Mama back home and like, oh god, I'm like, dude, stop, man. Hey, dude, this shit. And it's no disrespect because I love Ken Burns. If you ever want to learn about baseball, watch Ken Burns baseball, and they have 1 through 9 innings and extra innings. It's fantastic. Also, took me almost a year to get through. Same thing. Because every time I start watching it, I just kept falling asleep. And I'm like, fuck, dude. And it was so intriguing, and I loved it. It's like, okay, one thing I learned from it, I learned a lot, but one of the most like fascinating for me for some reason is the way that they learned how to throw a curveball. The guy was throwing like a seashell or some shit, and he made it curve and do some weird thing. It was wild, like in the 1800s.
Okay, back to World War I. Don't get too off track.
Oh, yeah, so World War I. I don't know shit about World War I. But no, that wasn't the point. The one thing that I wanted to get to is that listening to the President's podcast, which I recommend everybody to listen to, because it's interesting. You learn some obscure facts that you never would have thought you would hear.
Louis C.K.
He's a huge history buff. And Shane Gillis. Who'd have fucking thunk it?
Right.
Louis C.K., maybe. I mean, he's got some nerdy qualities to him.
He knew everything about...
He knew everything.
He knew a little bit about every fucking president.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't know that...
He prepped for that podcast.
He had to have. And another thing...
But that just shows you he's
but the thing is that he said he's been to all the presidential libraries, all of them. So it's not something he just kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to dig in for this one. I'm sure he had 90% of that knowledge beforehand.
Probably, yeah.
Because I mean, if you've been to all those libraries, you can't do that shit in a span of a day or two.
No, you can't.
It takes years.
Yeah, if you're traveling,
especially
if you're traveling comic and you have money,
yeah,
and the time, what better way to spend your time?
The one thing that I didn't know was the Vietnam War. I didn't realize that that's how it ended. Them bombing the fuck out of Cambodia for no fucking reason. It's like, what the? It's like, that happened? Like, I love history. I was like, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, shit. All right. That's why. They had nothing to do. Like, there was no conflict at all for them. Like, what did you bomb them for? It was just like, hey, we're going to fuck them up for no reason. You want us to come for you too? I don't know if that's exactly.
It's psychology. It's intimidation. It's like dropping the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
I mean, that.
Because.
Yeah, but Japanese were the threat. Cambodia wasn't a threat.
Yeah, right. You're right. But Japan was not going to surrender.
They sure the fuck changed the tune after that.
They had no choice.
Yeah, of course. No. If you blew up like fucking all my, like, all right, yeah, I think I'm good.
That actually reminds me.
And look what happened to Japan after that. I'm not talking about.
There was actually a general. There was a general that was tucked away in the jungle for like 30 years.
Jesus.
Like 20 years. He literally, because he held the order not to surrender.
Damn.
It was just like him, maybe. It might have just been, I don't remember correctly, definitively, but it might have just been him. But somebody like went out to the jungle and found his ass like 20 years later.
Oh, shit.
Like, the war's over.
It's like, oh, by the way, I don't know if you know that, but we got iPhones now, so it's kind of weird.
He obeyed the order.
I mean, talk about fucking sticking to his guns.
Just survived in the fucking wilderness.
I mean, sometimes you gotta make it. Hey, like I said, there's nerds and there's cowboys. That's a fucking cowboy right there.
That's a cowboy.
That's a fucking cowboy.
I think that's the title of the fucking podcast. Good job, Rogan guy.
Thank you.
Whoever that was.
But I mean, he's dead on because, there might be a little bit of hybrids in there, but for the most part, there's nerds and cowboys.
Because those are your two trailblazers.
Unfortunately,
Those are your two trailblazers.
Yeah.
Like, your nerds are the ones that doing tech shit. Now we're kind of entering a new era of the cowboy. Because, no, we are.
Yeah, okay, well, now, please explain, because I have my ideas what you're about to say. Go ahead.
But I think, like...
I have male intuition.
Well, people that can physically get shit done are going to make things move for a little while.
What do you mean? Going to make things move like how?
Well, the last decade was pretty much everybody thinking their way and working with technology and stuff and innovating that way.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling this next probably 10, maybe 20 years, this next cycle of whatever, culturally and all that shit, it's gonna be the cowboys again. It's gonna be the time of the cowboy.
Baby, it's my time to shine.
Yeah, it kind of is. Or at least maybe you turn your daughter into a bit of one.
Oh, my daughter's a cowboy already. You should have saw her playing soccer this weekend. She was fucking tripping and falling and fucking everybody up.
She's the alpha female.
I mean,
well, good. That's good. I mean, that's good.
I was telling her mom, I was like,
you're not raising a princess. You're raising a
bullshit.
I mean, you're raising.
She's my little princess, but she ain't a bitch either. She's fucking strong.
In the sense of Queen Elizabeth, princess.
No, no. That girl knows how to get dirty, and she ain't scared of shit.
Okay, so maybe Catherine the Great.
There you go. There you go.
That kind of princess or queen.
Yeah, dude. Like she's strong too.
Well,
man.
I thought I gotta pee.
Hey, every day, like she goes and hits those
keep rambling.
that weightlifting, not weightlifting, but the pull-up bar. And she's like, Daddy, I'm gonna get it, and she's getting pretty fucking close. She's 5, and she's like, Arr! You see her gritting her teeth. I'm like, all right, son, get it. I mean, that's my little girl right there, but she can get after it. That's another thing. If you got girls out there, if you're listening to this, you better turn them into Xena. Make those little warrior princesses. We got enough, like, super girly, all that shit. Yeah, there's use for them. But you need girls who can get shit done and fucking bust their asses. And if they don't know how to change a tire by the time they're fucking 15, you're a bad dad. I'm going to tell you right now. Because I refuse to have my little girl not being able to work her ass off and know how to do shit. It's like, yeah, she can do the girly shit too, but she's going to learn how to do the man shit too. Or however you want to classify it. I see too many people, like even guys, can't do shit. We got enough of that. All right, we need to fucking turn this franchise around. We need to have some men out there. We need to have some ladies out there fucking throwing bales of hay, changing tires, working on trucks, kicking ass. That's how you get girls from out there showing their ass all the time, doing all that shit. You get them out there working, getting their hands dirty, knowing about what really matters. Take them out there hunting. Take them out there fishing. Get out there working on your truck. Show them how to fix some shit. Show them how to fix some drywall. They're not going to worry about doing that shit. Like, oh, look at me, I'm pretty. It's like, fuck that, I ain't worried about that. I got to fucking fix this goddamn house.
Right.
It's like, there's some shelves I got to put up right now. I gotta fix the molding. Show them how to do that shit. Show them how to do projects.
Fathers, be good to your daughter.
Don't you John Mayer me right now?
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, let me get off of that, but
I was just saying, like,
it's
we got enough chicks that don't know how to do shit.
It's one thing I've started to learn, and
we gotta flip this shit around.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of this feeds into my next point. What I've started to kind of learn is the whole of history, like everything that moves stuff forward, whether it's innovation or this, that, and the other, was because of exceptional people.
Okay.
You know, people that stayed determined and got the fucking job done.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't know, like, they knew they were taking great risks, but they kind of did it.
Well, sometimes you just got to walk a path and you just like,
without that
I don't know
stuff
how this
wouldn't
is
happen.
go.
You wouldn't have, like, awesome bands. You wouldn't have, like, cool gear, cool shit if somebody, because, like, at the same time, though, it's like a lot of people produced a lot of cool shit in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And now everybody has it pretty easy.
Yeah.
And it's going to make it pretty hard.
Hey.
And then more cool shit will come out of that.
You know what that happened? You know what that made us, right? Weak.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It made not only physically, mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
Mentally weak.
And then you couple, like, I don't know, there was a good podcast, The Black Keys, but they talked about the lead in the water.
I heard that.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like,
lead in the water,
okay,
the shitty food, all that stuff. Fucked us all up, man.
Here's what's going on right. Let's talk about what's going on in the world right now. Okay. There is a baby formula shortage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This affects some of my best friends, right?
Yeah.
They have newborns.
Uh-huh.
And this isn't to disparage them because I love them to pieces. And, you know,
this is a problem.
You get a roll of the dice. And that's not what I'm going with. You get a roll of the dice. Sometimes your kid has something. Lactose intolerance. Whatever. Fucking pick something. I knew a girl who her kid had like a fucking weird autoimmune thing. It's just in the DNA. Because she had another kid. That kid had problems too. Just shit happens. My cousin refuses to have kids because cancer runs rampant in his family.
Uh-huh.
Just absolutely refuses to have kids because he doesn't want to pass that gene. He'd rather adopt because he don't want to pass that on to a kid who has a family who is predisposed to having cancer.
Uh-huh.
He's like his brother had it, mom had it, fucking his dad had it, cousins, like all kinds of shit. Like lots of people and like
yeah, but like is he solely blaming it on genetics? Because it could very well be where they were coming from.
No, they're all spread out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a genetic thing at the mitochondria.
Yeah. Level. Yeah. In the cell membrane. Yes.
Yeah.
The powerhouse, if you will. Anyway, what I'm saying is that like I got lucky. I got good genes. Yeah. Right? I got Levi's. So no, like my kid doesn't have anything. Doesn't have any allergies. Isn't like fucking doesn't have any of that shit. And it seems almost like it's an anomaly.
Yeah.
Because all these kids are coming out and
well, Susie looked pretty healthy. She looked like she has solid genes too.
She does, yeah. And like I mean obviously I did one thing. She did the rest as far as having a kid. That's how being a fucking parent works.
Yeah,
and we'll kind of touch on that shit. Here's another part of that.
You split the chromosomes, though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking. But you know, hey, I wasn't the oven.
She's gonna be super tall.
She's gonna be fucking tall. Yeah, she's got long legs already. She's got legs like her mom.
Oh, well.
She has literally everything else. Me. Like she looks just like me.
Your nose and eyes.
She's got nose, eyes, facial feature. Her hands look just like mine.
Got her mom's bone structure.
And it's good because she's gonna be
down.
She's gonna be a fucking champ. No, legs down. Everything else is me. No, seriously. You look at her. You look at her hands. She's got the same fucking little indentions in the fucking knuckles, like the hand marks. That she's got the M's in the hands, just like I do. You know, it's just it's wild. Which is a weird thing because I heard that like kids were predisposed to have. Hey, let me see your hands. Do you have? Yep. Yeah, you're not the same as mine.
Yeah, no, you have definitive M's.
Yep. For Morris, dude. Yeah.
Mine's a K.
But
I'll tell you about.
But anyway, so
I'll
like
tell you about later.
we have this baby formula shortage, right? And some friends got, you know, their kids lactose intolerant. They need a different Enfamil. This one has something else, right? I don't want to get into.
Yeah.
They have other issues and shit. And I'm like, without trying to sound too fucked up about it, it's like, dude, I have every immunity probably possible because I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't in a
nurturing.
Yeah, nurturing.
Overly nurturing environment.
Yes, you that's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't think of the word, but yes, I didn't have that. I was drinking out of water hoses, fucking getting ripped up on fences, fucking dirty as shit. My mom couldn't even buy me brand new shoes without absolutely knowing that day they were getting fucked up because I wasn't born that way. Like I wasn't raised that not raised, but like I don't have that in me. My brother, all his shoes, he would have like 5 pairs of shoes, and they'd all look immaculate. I had one.
We all are very different.
Yeah, I had 1 pair of shoes, and they were torn up immediately.
Know y'all were related.
Huh?
I wouldn't know y'all were related, frankly.
Yeah. But like, my kid's the same way. She's not like, oh, my shoes. She just runs out, just doesn't give a fuck. Ex-wife, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, she's not like, oh, I got to be careful about this. No, if she's gonna get dirty, she's gonna get dirty. And my kid's that way, and she has nothing. She's not allergic to anything. We don't shy her away from shit. And I think people who kind of keep their people sheltered and they were grown up in a different way, they were coddled way too much and they weren't getting out after it. Sometimes it's inevitable. Like you're going to get it no matter what. No matter how fucking hard you live, you're getting it. No matter what you are, it just happens. But I wonder if that's more of the way that we're trying to keep our kids really super, super safe about every little thing.
Not doing any
You're not doing them any favor because, like, I even told my ex-wife when my daughter was born, I was like, I'm not going to fucking keep her from shit because I don't want her to be one of those sickly kids who is always fucking, something's wrong with them.
Or
because
they get in a situation where they got to fucking think and they just fucking, they come unglued.
Yeah.
They can't function in a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is the worst thing you can do to your kid.
Yeah. And it can't happen. You need to get these
It's not
kids.
good. It's just not good. It doesn't, it's...
Okay, I went to Home Depot.
There's no perfect way to parent, but there's a world of difference between, like...
But no, there's not a right way, but there are some fucking wrong ways.
Yeah.
Wrong ways for sure.
It's like great parent, good parent. It's a small margin. Good parent, great parent, then bad parent.
Yeah.
That's a big chasm.
Yeah. But, like, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Grand Canyon, for real.
Yeah.
But, like, I went to Home Depot, and I saw this, guy who is obviously transitioning. I don't give a shit. Do what you want to do.
You're right.
The problem that I had, I just see calluses on your hand. You had the milkiest, whitest skin I've ever fucking seen in my life. It looks like you've barely been outside a day in your life. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to get your fucking ass out there and fucking work hard. Like, I don't want to sit there and lather my kid up in fucking suntan lotion.
So it was male to female?
It was male to female.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, just to be clear.
Yeah, and I'm just like I don't care about
that testosterone's there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like
you just got to tap into it.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes it takes a primal act of anger to.
Well, and the thing is like I don't give a shit about
because it's there.
what you're trying to do with your personal life. I'm talking about you're gonna fall apart outside. Because what happens when you have to go fucking work?
But there are inherent things in humanity, like when
what?
When you push somebody to the limit.
Yeah.
And they either like go in a rage and start making stuff happen, or
what they call
or they shut down.
They bend or break.
Right. Yeah. And everybody eventually will come to that through circumstance.
Yeah, but when's the last time you broke? I don't break.
The only time I broke was in that house at 4 a.m. I didn't break down. I was just like, there's no fixing this. But this is fucked. I don't have the.
There's a difference between being a quitter and then you're out of options.
I'm going home. I'm going home. Go to sleep.
Yeah,
because I can't do anymore.
You can only do so much.
That's about the only time.
But what I'm curious about is in our society, how many quitters are out there?
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot.
That's why we're here. I mean, that's literally why we're here. Everything got real virtue signally.
Because like, what happens when
a lot of white knights, a lot of
you racist,
a lot of simps. That's what I meant.
I know. No, but what I'm saying is like, what happens?
A lot of simps and cucks.
What happens when everything gets taken from you? Can you push through it?
You find out what you're made of.
Can you go? Can you fucking rally the troops? Can you strap up your boots?
Can you find a solution?
Yeah. Can you work your way out of the situation? Because you can. Everybody can.
Well, I had a taste of
whether
that.
Whether you choose to or not is a different situation, because I guarantee you.
I had a taste of that when the apartment was flooding on Saturday, because it was literally a candle fell on the valve and it snapped off and it exploded.
Yeah.
And it was just 20 minutes, water rushing. I said, call the apartment. I'm yelling at my sister, call the apartment. Call the apartment. It's like, all right. Oh, fuck. Call the fire department.
Yeah.
And then I'm running around like, where the fuck's the water main? And I'm like trying to think straight and shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I was like, I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to go unplug everything.
Yeah.
Because that's all I know to do. We try to plug up the hole, try to do everything. I was like, and come to find out, like, that shitty PVC shit is all throughout the whole complex.
Yay.
And
you remember my apartment in Arlington when
this has happened
the
in
fucking
multiple places.
vein bursted and they had a fucking hole in the.
Remember, but
yeah,
happened.
No, they had to rip open my entire room.
Well, this whole place, this whole complex, I don't know how old it is, but it all has that shit.
Yeah,
it has that shit in it, and this has happened in multiple apartments, and it's like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is like how many people do you think would do like I did, right? So what I did is I was in Maine. I didn't have anything, and I wanted to come back home. So the only option I had is to live in a fucking attic for $50 a week instead of the $150 a week. I had to have an actual room that I could have appliances and whatever, because I lived in a boarding house. It was $150 a week, but I needed to save money so I can come back home. And I lived in an attic. Like, I couldn't stand up. I had 3 feet top to bottom, and I lived up there for over maybe a month or two.
It depends on your source of income at the same time. Like that
source of income, I made $10 an hour working at a fiber materials place where I was getting dirty. And I'm not dirty. I'm talking about I was head to toe black every single day.
That's a predicament where it's like, if you can't figure out how to produce, like it's like maybe you spend more to have the comfort of the place so you can rest well, sleep better, and think better.
Yeah.
In order to maybe figure out another stream of income to augment that, or you're on the less. Well, it's not really less risky. It's like there's risk in both of those scenarios.
Yeah.
But you have more comfort and you have better rest, so you can think better.
Yeah.
Think clearly, and then figure out another way to pull in more money.
Yeah.
Or just create another revenue stream, or you
sacrifice.
You bear down, and yeah.
And I bear down. and I bared down for a long time just to save money, just to come back home to get myself back into school.
No AC in the attic, but it's Maine though, so
No, it wasn't too bad, but it got
cold.
It got cold.
Okay, yeah, it does get cold up there.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what blankets are for.
Yeah, and they have space.
You're like, oh well, you can't afford it. $10 blanket for fucking Walmart. The fuck you can't.
And they have propane heaters.
Nope, didn't need that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just fucking.
there you go.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
That's what matters. Is that I figured it out, and I fucking worked my ass off.
So it was really only like temperature wise, it was really hard winter time.
It was January.
It was January when they made the decision.
No, I made the decision in November, and I lived through it until January.
So you were looking at winter.
Yeah,
you were looking at winter.
It was already winter time. Black ice already on the fucking road, and I lived through that until January, and then I drove home.
Either way,
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm trying to say.
Achieved.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I made a choice. Is I know where I would be happiest, and I know how to do it. And I'm going to save $100. I'm going to save $100 a week.
Yeah. So you wanted to come back to Texas?
I wanted to come back home because I knew this is where I belonged.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I love my dad, and I doing that, but it wasn't a good situation for other factors.
If you didn't find what you were looking for in your own backyard, you didn't have it to begin with. That's the lesson from the Wizard of Oz.
I mean, he's right. But I mean, the world is in a constant state of change, and the thing
big change right now.
Okay, well, what's the change? I want to touch on some stuff before we watch the game.
I already kind of mentioned it. We're making a big old turn. Like the worm is turning, the tide is turning, like both politically and culturally.
Yeah.
It's just we're in that time now.
Yeah, and it's going to be.
We had 20 years. We had 20 years of innovation, shit ramping up.
The nerd revolution.
Yeah. No, we had nice, cool shit like Netflix, and then all of a sudden things hit critical mass.
Well, we're going to see.
And things hit their tipping point, and we are on the other side of that.
Well, we're going to see.
We're emerging into the new paradigm.
We're going to see who the real cowboys are, for real.
If things don't end, it's just going to be different.
It's not going to end.
I don't think
it's just going to be.
Not in that apocalyptic sense.
No, it's not going to be like that. There's going to be a shift, a hard shift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's all things are
not only politically, but I'm talking about
all things
culturally.
All things are pointing towards that right now.
Yeah,
in every aspect. Doesn't matter what you look at. Industries are changing, technology's changing, fucking people are changing, and
if I see one more fucking robot,
people are
lose my mind. Yeah, I'm about to lose it.
Elon Musk. I mean, that dude's got his fingers in so many pies.
First of all, you better get your finger out of my pie. Swear to God.
It's going to affect everything. I mean, between Neuralink, the robots.
The thing is, honestly,
between Neuralink robots and fucking self-driving vehicles.
I can't even get mad at him.
You can't. I mean, it's just.
Well, no. The thing is, my reasoning is he warned us. He warned us. He out and out fucking said, we need to slow this ship down. And nobody fucking listened. He's like, we got to stop. We're going way too fast.
He has no choice but to proceed.
That's what I'm saying. He told us we're going way too fast. We need to chill the fuck out. And we just need to we don't need all this shit right now. We can slowly start integrating. And they said, nope, we're going to fucking do it this way. And he's like, well, I guess since y'all don't give a shit, fuck it. I'm going to do my thing. That's why I'm not mad at him.
That's why he bought Twitter. He's just like, gotta.
Yeah.
I don't know what his ultimate motives are, but for now, it's like he's done a favor for everybody.
Yeah.
He's done a favor for everybody, not just the right. I said right last time, but
yeah, but
I was a different mind space.
We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah,
I mean, because
it could go bad. It could go.
You
real
might
bad.
You might be 100% right or 100% wrong. We don't know. The thing is, it's more of like time will tell.
Yeah, I have no way. I can see causal relationships to a point, but I can't see everything.
Yeah, because he could just be like, you know what? Fuck
I'm not
this.
as smart as Elon Musk.
Yeah, nobody is.
He's one of the exceptional ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's another thing that drives me crazy is like watching some of the political shit from either side. Doesn't matter. Don't give a fuck. Pick a side. I don't care.
It's gonna get silly.
Yeah,
it's gonna get real silly.
But the thing is that
it's gonna come from the right this time.
True.
Because things got real radical on the left side.
Well, what I'm saying is that you don't understand like how fucking stupid this shit's gonna get because people keep talking about like all the shit that I've seen because I'm not a political guy. You know that. and it's just not in me.
I just see where the momentum shift is, and
True.
I also take into account normal people.
But at the same time, I try to kind of look at some of this shit just to kind of see where people's heads are. Cause
Look at the thermostat.
Yeah, that's all it is. I just want to go say, oh, it's 70 degrees. All right, cool. We're still good. Oh, it's 85. How the fuck that happened? Anyway, but the thing is, I look on both sides. I want to see just, okay, what do you have on this side? And what do you have on this side? And they're all saying, we know for a fact, and they're both saying completely different things. So obviously, one of you motherfuckers was wrong. We don't know which one.
That's why.
But we can guess which one. Oh, hey, everything's pointing this way. But nobody fucking knows. That's the problem, is that you keep trying to predict. Well, with these trends, yes, if you're following statistics, but you realize that there's a human element that can throw a monkey wrench into anything at any fucking time, and you don't know. Nobody fucking knows. Because what happens tomorrow if fucking Biden kicks the bucket?
Right? I'm like,
then what? Because right now we're holding.
Inevitably, Kamala becomes president, but the people that are pulling the strings will still continue to pull the strings.
True, but the thing is that they can pull strings. What if she's like, "Fuck you, I'm the president. You're not. I'm not. No. Yeah. Just scenario wise, let's say, nope, I'm the president. You're not gonna fucking tell me shit. I'm gonna do how I want to."
Well,
then shit starts going.
Then you have a what is the word? You have an exponential problem that went inverted.
Yeah.
It's like the problem is not like, yes, you have the problem from the external factors, but now you have a problem internally. You literally have dissent within the ranks.
Yeah. And then you have that fucking
it's like
goblin
another,
out there
it's
fucking
like a gear
making
going bad.
Crazy decisions.
It's like a gear that just got chewed up.
And another thing.
In a transmission.
And what happens here? Fucking I'm saying, like, what if Biden kicks a bucket, Kamala comes in, and then completely out of left field, out of nowhere, turns out to be fucking awesome. I'm not saying it's logical. Hey, I'm not saying it's logical. It's completely illogical, and I would
pray for that, dude.
I would bet all my money against it, but I'm saying, what if? What if she comes out and she's a fucking banger? She comes out and kills it.
She gets put under pressure and she fucking gets she gets set right.
No, not even that. She's just like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this fucking ship around. I'm gonna do it, and she fucking does it. And I'm like, well, then what? Then this whole red and blue and all this other it's a red bug. They're like, well, hold on, this shit is actually fucking.
November still happens the way it was gonna, but what you do have is you might have a little balance going forward.
That's what I'm saying. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe this isn't how we thought this shit was gonna go. Just I'm talking about because
so she wins. Like if she did do a good job, she would win the presidency.
Yeah, she'd win it again.
She'd win it again because she would be the.
Well, I guess win it for the first time, but she would continue to be president.
Well, she would win it, but she would if she some wild stretch. If she all of a sudden, like, you put her under that pressure, and then all of a sudden something snaps in her brain,
and she's like,
and she becomes like sharp as a fucking
Madam Awesome. It's like,
sharp as a samurai sword.
Yeah.
And then she pulls it all together. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
See,
that's the stuff movies are made of.
Yeah, exactly. But see, the only problem that I have with that scenario
is what humans do, though.
I know, but here's the problem I have with that scenario. Let's say that does happen, and she flips, and she just something in her just fucking clicks. She's like, you know what? I know what to do, and she actually does. She comes out, kills it, does all that shit. There's going to be so many fucking people on this side that are like on whatever side.
I mean, that could bring the country together.
If she fucking it could, but
reunite the country effectively.
It could, but I'm saying you're going to have people on the right hand side that are going to be like the entire time acting like the left.
They're going to get stated in November, though.
I know, but I'm talking about. But you're going to have that shit like on the left hand when Trump got elected, when they're all like, "Oh, it's the worst fucking." It's like, hey man. Like, look at what's actually getting done. Yeah. It's like, what are you bitching about?
The ship was righted.
Yeah, but I'm saying if she did it, and then just like all this bitching, I'm like, okay, well, hold the fuck on. Like, shit's actually going well. What are you fucking crying about? Well, I knew this was gonna happen. Did you? Or the other way, she comes in and she fucking just a train wreck and fucks everything, like fucks it up worse.
It's more likely.
It is more likely, but that's we're just given two different scenarios. Because you get one scenario where she does everything right, and they're all gonna bitch. She does everything wrong, they're all gonna say, "I fucking told you so." But my point is that nobody fucking knows.
If Biden dies and somehow and Kamala steps into the thing, and things go as we think they're going to go, well, things continue on their course.
True, but I'm just saying that what I'm saying is that there's so many not like different scenarios that could happen. Nobody fucking knows. You can have an educated guess, but the thing is that nobody really fucking knows.
I couldn't tell you what would happen.
Huh?
I mean, at this point, dude, I mean, that could happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
That
exactly.
could happen tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Or he
before 7 a.m.
Or he could fucking last the entire presidency. We don't fucking know.
It's like
as far as just giving off of his lifespan.
There's enough doctors and Adderall to make it happen.
And his deterioration.
Because that's the thing. He was just approaching the early stages of dementia from the election time. Like the truing on and a shot of pressure.
And it's fucking full blown now.
Truing on and a shot of pressure, Badicath, Gare, Nexel, Resent. That's your president, folks.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that people keep saying, like, this is what's going to happen. This is this and blah, 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 blah. All this bullshit. And nobody fucking really knows. And I'm getting sick and tired of people saying, I know what's going to... No, the fuck you don't.
I was just trying to see that the... Not that I not that I can do much. I'm just trying to see that the country makes it to November, because this whole Roe v. Wade stuff's happening soon.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for Josh to have that conversation because he has opinions on it.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, and I
think I'm at a place where I'm actually ready to have that conversation with somebody.
Because honestly, I've been
thinking about it already.
Yeah, I want to get into that, but right now I can't.
Yeah,
because it's game time.
And I will. I want to give him a good mic for it. It's like,
oh, you don't have to worry about it. He's got a booming voice. But
when you get the shitty mic, then
yeah, that's fine.
Just give him yours.
Yeah. But anyways, all right, boys, we got a game to get to.
I was going to ask you about Doctor Strange, but
oh, okay, go ahead. No,
I was going to ask you quick. What did you think about Doctor Strange?
It was a fucking great movie. Turns out
you thought it was great.
It was kind of a fucking monster movie, though. Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Okay, because there's a lot of nerds on the internet that.
Yeah, but I know how I know how you appreciate certain things because I don't want to give too much away.
Really?
But yeah, you're gonna appreciate it.
I started watching WandaVision.
It gets fucking dark.
I fell asleep watching WandaVision.
Finish watching WandaVision.
Okay, gotta go back home for that. But yeah.
No, I'm just saying before you watch that movie. Yeah, but I'm just saying finish watching that movie. That show, the series.
I was getting through it really quick
because I didn't finish it, so I was left out on a couple of parts. But I mean.
Because it sounds like to me like Doctor
Strange.
Dude,
fucking Sam Raimi did fucking
I know.
Evil Dead.
I know who Sam Raimi is.
I know you know. That's why I'm saying.
And the 3 Spider-Man.
Yes, he did.
With
the Tobey Maguire ones, the original ones.
And Drag Me to Hell, which
yes,
he
did
movie.
that one. And For the Love of the Game, what the fuck? The Kevin Costner baseball movie. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, hold on. I was like, because I was thinking,
He's
I was like,
a good filmmaker.
I was like, man, I know Sam.
He made my favorite horror movie of all time.
Evil Dead.
2.
Yeah,
I like Evil Dead, but Evil Dead 2 is
okay. Well, where would you rank those 3? Because I know there's another one, but like
Evil Dead 2 is number 1.
Yeah.
Evil Dead is number 2,
and then Army of Darkness number 3.
I could change my mind depending on the season, and then Army of Darkness number 3.
Army of Darkness is awesome,
but Evil Dead 2 is
Evil Dead 2 is better
because you don't Army of Darkness. I can go without.
No, it's good because it's funny. But but as far
Evil Dead 2 is more horror, but at the same time, it's more Lovecraftian in the sense that you don't know about the ancient ones. It's why Cabin in the Woods worked. Did you ever see that?
I think I'm thinking
with Thor in it and all that stuff.
I'm thinking of Cabin, the one with
Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
no, I did not see Cabin.
That's Eli Roth. No.
Yeah, but that movie sucked.
But
Cabin Fever is bullshit. The one that fucking what's his dipshit name from Boy Meets World? That.
Oh yeah.
He kind of plays a little pansy in that movie. Yeah. Fuck that guy.
But no.
I loved him in Boy Meets World.
No, but
you
Cabin
see that
in the Woods. Have you never seen?
I never saw it.
You never saw Cabin in the Woods?
No.
Oh man. Oh man.
I mean, I'll check it out. Is it on anything?
I don't know. I'm tempted to buy it just to show it to you. It's worth it, dude.
I mean, that is obviously something for another day. But we got to wrap
Yes,
this
it
up.
is. Okay, yeah. Good cast. Hey, check us out on Twitter soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that set up this week.
Just follow us. You know.
Yeah.
Social media is cancer, but you know it's the only way to market things nowadays.
Yeah.
So, but
And
thanks for tuning in. We covered a lot of good stuff today.
Yeah, we did.
I'm happy with this episode. I'm gonna actually enjoy it listening back to it. Anyways, have a great day. Find us, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Whatever.
Ask us questions. We'll
yeah.
answer them.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Find Greg on. Do you have any platforms? No.
But
Just here.
Hey,
if you have something specific for Greg, I just leave it in the comment section. Bitch.
Yeah, we'll set up a Twitter. We'll get that set up.
Yeah,
we'll get that done
Leave
this
it on
week.
the Twitter, and then you can find me. You know, here. You shoot me a DM on Facebook.
Yeah,
or leave a comment, whatever.
We got sweetliespodcast@gmail.com, so you can send them there.
Yeah, if you want to send a nice, juicy hate letter, that's cool.
Or fun letters. I like fun.
Yeah. And
so
that will be that.
All right, bud.
Well, it's been a good day.
All right, let's go watch some basketball.
For sure.
All right.
Later, everybody. Let me play this song out.
Bye, guys. Love you.